Hi there, my name's Bren Thompson and this is my lovely nurse Sheila. I've been a dentist for about 20 years and I've been lucky enough to be trialling these great products from Deo Dental, which basically all started from a water chamber for warming up impression compound, which I did a course with Mike Gregory about a year ago, and I've been getting back into compound, and this really has made it possible to do that. Beforehand I was messing around with different methods to try and allow us to efficiently use it, but it just wasn't working. So this is a brilliant product that has made, well, my life easier, hopefully your life easier.
Yeah, it's made a lot easier. It's just so clean and tidy. Yeah, and versatile.
And I think the key thing with a compound heater is that it keeps the water at a constant temperature, which is the problem I had before. So you want it at a constant temperature so you can do predictable impressions with it and not mess around and waste time. It's a really efficient way of doing it. So that's what we started with, and over the time we've got the different sort of modules that have made this a really fantastic multi-purpose sort of dental unit with a great sort of small footprint in your surgery. It means that you can slot the sort of components out. So this would be the water bath or the water chamber for heating the composite, but you can swap it in with these other components. For example, this is the green stick and sheet wax module, which is absolutely brilliant because it means that we can go to sort of flameless technique with prosthetics, so you don't need a Bunsen burner sort of melting things and a flame going off and the patient being alarmed what on earth we're doing with that. With the green stick syringes, this heater warms this up perfectly, so you can actually accurately sort of syringe the green stick onto your impression. This is just hot off the press now. This is absolutely superb, and probably the most exciting thing so far is the wax heater. So instead of putting a piece of sheet wax through a flame and it all drips everywhere and makes an absolute mess, which is what I was doing, I think.
Yeah, that is a real game changer, because like when he was doing it before, he used to whack it over the heat and wax used to go everywhere, and now it's just so compact and just tidy.
So it's really clever. You heat this up in the module, and then once that's to heat, you actually just take it out, open it up, put your sheet of wax in here, close it on. Don't put it back in the unit. You just pop it on the side for 15 seconds or so. You can see it nicely uniformly heating up, and then you literally just open it up, and then everything is a perfect uniform heat. So you haven't got one bit sort of dripping and too hot and the other bit not melted at all. It's just absolutely perfect. So I've just tried this today for the first time, and I can't wait to get back to the surgery next week and give this a go. So that's where it's sort of all started. But what's great about it is you've got these other components. So like normally with the mirrors, you'd be
under the sink,
under the hot water tap just to heat it up to stop the fogging. But then of course you've got to wipe the mirror surface with a tissue or something else. It's sort of abrasive to sort of dry it all off, and then that scratches the mirror. So with this, obviously it heats it up, and the unit's got different settings for these different modules for appropriate heating, and then the mirror's just at the perfect temperature. It doesn't fog up. You get your picture, and it keeps the mirror in a nice condition so that it's not all scratched up. So that's brilliant. And we used this for the first time last week, didn't we?
Yeah.
The wax heater for adjusting occlusal rims. Well, in the past I was using like a paint
You were
scraper.
using a scraper, heating it up and then putting it on top, weren't you? Now you just literally go woohoo, and it goes in the hole and.
So the great thing,
inside.
from my point of view, when I'm using it, is the wax just literally floats off. It's unbelievable. Like just the feeling of it is incredible. But from Sheila's point of view, there's no mess at all, because it's cleverly got it's sort of angled so that the molten wax goes through the port here, and then it comes out into a silicone
Cap in it.
yeah, and then when we're done, then Sheila just sort
peels
of
it all out.
peels it all out, and then you dispose of that rather than have to scrape it all off the floor and what have you. So this has been fantastic. I've only used it this week, but this is already, I can see, going to be a big part of it, of what we use.
Yeah.
Firm favourite. And then the composite one, well, you can we use primarily compules, which are basically held in the heater within the sort of compule gun. But if you're using syringe type composites, then there's ports for that, and then it just heats it up again to the ideal temperature that just allows that composite to flow much better. And there's local anaesthetic port as well that you can warm up the anaesthetic to a nicer temperature. So it's just all very clever. You know, you've got the base unit, and then you basically, these store away really nicely, and then you just use what we use, really. So from my point of view, it's fantastic, and I think you found that it's
it's brilliant. We can put it all in the autoclave and everything, and yeah, it's just, there's no fiddly bits. It just goes really smooth all in together, interlocks nicely.
It just makes the treatment more efficient, and it just flows. So yeah, we're absolutely delighted with
all clean and tidy
with all the bits, and given that it's all come from the original unit, which is what really I was really most interested in, and it's amazing. To be honest, various like the mirror heaters, we would never have thought about doing it this way, but it just makes so much difference. So we've even got improvements on things we didn't know about. So one other thing that's really clever is with the compules, the ones that aren't in the gun, there's a very clever system on here that just holds the compules in position, so you can have multi compules in there, all warmed up, ready to go, especially if you're doing sort of layering techniques and you need different shades, or you need a different shade in short time, then they're there ready rather than having to sort of warm them up and wait for that to happen. So that it's a really clever sort of storage system, and it's all heated at the same time. And another thing I really like about this whole product range is that it's completely made in the UK, and that's always something that's good to look out for when buying anything, that it's not all imported.
It's also very good in the fact that it doesn't get too hot. You don't burn yourself, and from a nurse's point of view, they're covered in this silicone rim, so again you don't get burnt. Your hands are always protected, and that's just such a lovely finishing touch to the product, I think. So yeah, really good.
So we've really enjoyed using this range, and we'll certainly continue to do so. And if you think you will, then please head to the website and find out more information there.